What's up everybody, it's Sean here, back today to give you guys a review of the Adidas and Up There Melbourne in this white and dark green colorway. First off, I want to give a huge thank you over to the team at Up There for sending me over this pair. This is a collaboration between Up There, one of Australia's leading boutiques, alongside Adidas Consortium, which is the division or program within Adidas that works on limited edition premium collaborations, and Up There is the latest to receive that honor. So this is a brand new silhouette called the Adidas Melbourne, which pays homage to Up There's home city. And these are releasing on January 29th for 220 Australian dollars, which is approximately 155 US dollars converted, or 210 dollars Canadian. The official colorway for this shoe is footwear white and dark green, and while at first glance this may just look like a late 60s or early 70s inspired shoe, there's actually a ton of details on this pair that are a callback to Melbourne and Australia as a whole. So first things first, here's a quick look at the box. And this comes in an Adidas Consortium box, so you can see that Consortium label on the top. Here's a look at the sides. And the size label. So as far as the shoe goes, jumping right into the details, according to the Up There website, the silhouette is actually inspired by a Adidas track or running spike that was worn in the 1956 Melbourne Olympics, and this was found in the Adidas archives during the research phase of this collaboration. So the colors of the shoe as well as the general silhouette, a lot of that is heavily influenced by that track spike. But the base layer of this shoe, this is crafted out of a white colored mesh, and this pays homage to the Adidas Rod Laver, which is the Adidas signature shoe for Australian tennis legend Rod Laver. Overlaid on the front toe cap, we have this beige colored suede, which feels very soft to the touch. This suede covers the side of the shoe as well, so this is another callback to that track spike. Surrounding the eyelets and the middle of the shoe, we have this dark green colored leather with this jagged edge to it, and the same can be seen on the Adidas 3 stripes. This is also crafted out of a genuine green leather. Next to this, on the lateral side only, in gold foil, we have Adidas Melbourne branding, and then the back of the shoe is entirely covered in more white mesh. At the very top of the heel, we have another hit of genuine green leather, and then turning our attention back to the front, as far as the laces go, these come with 3 different lace options. So the standard lace that they come with is a flat off-white or sail colored lace. They come with these green lace tips with Up There branding. And in addition to these laces, there's also a white colored lace and a green colored lace if you want to give the shoe a little bit more pop. Underneath this, so the tongue here is actually adopted from the Adidas Rome, which is a silhouette that was actually manufactured in Australia. So this is another callback to Australia, and in this case, the tongue is crafted out of a synthetic white leather, and then stamped onto the top, we have Adidas branding, and on the very bottom it says there, made by Up There. Surrounding the top portion of the ankle collar area, this is covered in more of that beige colored suede. And then the back half of the interior of the shoe is lined in the sail or cream colored genuine leather. For the insoles, these come with a decently padded foam lined insole. It's covered in a green finish on top, another callback to Up There. We have Consortium branding on the heel of the right foot, and Adidas and Up There branding found on the left foot. So the upper of the shoe sits atop a very thin, dual stacked foam midsole, which gives it that late 60s, early 70s aesthetic. Surrounding the front toe cap, we have this large overlay of rubber. This gives the shoe a little bit more durability up front. And then on the bottom of the shoe, we have a gum rubber outsole featuring a herringbone style traction pattern. So that breaks down the look and the construction of this shoe. For those wondering about how these fit, so overall, I feel like these do run pretty snug. So I got sent these in my true size, which is a size 10. So keep in mind, my feet are slightly on the wider side. So when I tried on these size 10s, they fit pretty snug around the ball of my foot and the edge where my toes are. So I feel like if you like more of a roomy fit, or if you have a wider foot, I'd recommend going up half a size. If you have a narrow foot or even a normal width foot and you like that exact snug one-to-one fit, you could go true to size in these. But again, if you don't like your toes to feel kind of squished and crunched and you just want more room for your toes to breathe, then I'd recommend going up that half size. Moving on to the comfort, so unfortunately, because this is modeled after those silhouettes from the late 60s and 70s, the comfort on this shoe isn't the best. It feels extremely low to the ground, so you can see this midsole is very thin, so every step you're taking, you can feel that ground under your foot, and there's not too much from an impact protection standpoint. So if you're going into this shoe expecting a very soft, very well cushioned sneaker, this is not going to be the shoe for you. But ultimately for a everyday casual use shoe, it's going to be fine, especially if you're someone that's used to silhouettes that are like this, or maybe something like a Converse Chuck Taylor or an Adidas Samba, those types of silhouettes. It has a similar feeling for this shoe. Finally, in terms of the quality and craftsmanship, so first off, material quality on this shoe I thought was really solid. The genuine leathers and the suedes on the exterior, it felt very nice, and I love how they incorporated suede and genuine leather on the interior as well. So the only thing I didn't love was the tongue. This is a synthetic leather, but because it was a callback to the Adidas Rome, it makes sense why they opted for this specific material. And then the overall build of the shoe I thought was fine. My pair had no flaws, no issues whatsoever. The stitch job was good, free of major glue stains. So at the end of the day, hats off to Adidas and hats off to Up There for collaborating on a high quality, very well executed shoe. So with all that out of the way now, let me toss these on feet, I'll lace them up, and I'll show you guys how these look. All in all, I think Up There and Adidas really poured a lot of heart into this collaboration. You can tell not only from the design of the shoe, but in terms of the marketing behind it, they're really proud of what the shoe represents, which is of course the city of Melbourne. From a design standpoint, I think the shoe looks dope on other people. It's just on a personal note, I don't really rock silhouettes that are from that late 60s, 70s era. It's just never really been an aesthetic that's appealed to me. So while this isn't really a shoe I can see myself wearing, again, on other people's feet with the right fit, I think this is a very well executed collaboration. So drop your thoughts down below, let me know what do you guys think about this Up There and Adidas Melbourne. What are your thoughts on this collaboration? Are you feeling this retro aesthetic? What are your thoughts on the colorway in general? Leave your comments below and let's talk about it. And as usual, if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. I'll link my social media accounts down below for you guys to check out and follow. And again, another huge thank you over to the Up There team for sending me over this pair. So thanks everyone for tuning in. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this review. Hopefully it helped you in some way. And I'll catch you all in my next video.